everybody, my name is Raze Chaos. You made it back to my channel, and so glad to have you. Yeah, Raze did a lot of videos, recently on the summer convention, but he forgot that he still has a couple of winter conventions. Yeah, figured he should probably get caught up on that. And right here we have the GameStop special edition of Hush from GameStop. So, yeah, we're going to put this guy away and we're going to have a look at him. So we've got Hush from Batman Comics. He first appeared in, and I think it's 2003 when he came around. And I remember not being too excited about Hush. You got to remember, I've been reading comics for like decades by this point. And for them to introduce Hush, who turns out to be Tommy Elliot, who ends up being a childhood friend of Bruce Wayne's, it just felt like a slow reveal. I mean, when you've been reading about a character for so long, and then they introduce his childhood best friend. And for me, it was just kind of like, well, why hadn't we heard of him before? Yes, Raze was a bit of a gatekeeper at the time. So he wouldn't accept Hush at first. I mean, really, it's just like, it's all in the ever-expanding backstory of Bruce Wayne and Batman, and you've kind of got to enjoy it. The only problem I have with it now is just like, why does everybody from Bruce Wayne's past end up being bad? Wasn't there one person he could count on? Yeah, Dr. Tommy Elliot, surgeon. He came from wealthy parents, yeah, they kind of made him a bit of a mirror of Bruce Wayne in the respect that Tommy is actually responsible for the death of his own parents. And, yeah, he just kind of goes towards crime. And I remember the original story. It was so like, who is Hush? And GameStop has another edition of this where it's half Hush and half Batman. Which is kind of alludes to something that ends up happening later, but his whole thing was a bit of an identity theft, and it was actually because of him that they brought back Jason Todd. Because initially, the way the story was actually going was. You know, Bruce Wayne goes to, during the Hush storyline, Bruce Wayne is confronted by a grown-up Jason Todd. And it just, you know, obviously it's a big shock to him. And the original story was going to be that Thomas Elliot, Hush, knows about Bruce Wayne as Batman and understands about Jason Todd and basically has Clayface take the form of a grown-up Jason Todd in order to shock Batman. And I believe they even explained that in the book. But later on they decided, you know what? No, let's just bring Jason Todd back. So yeah, it was due to this that they actually brought Jason Todd back. So yeah, yet another thing we can blame Hush for. But we're going to go ahead and take him out and have a look at him. Yeah, this is a really great pose for him, and it's a really great look. I like how they did it. They've got the you've got the H's on the belt, long trench coat, the bandages. The bandages are basically because at some point he actually has himself has plastic surgery to make him resemble Bruce Wayne, which during the R.I.P. storyline where Bruce Wayne was sent back through time, everybody thought he was dead. Part of the reason why they were able to keep let people think Batman was dead but Bruce Wayne was still alive is because Tommy Elliot was running around as Bruce Wayne. And, you know, so Batman may be dead, but Bruce Wayne's still running around. So initially, he basically rode that little gravy train for a little while. And it was a good use of a complicated situation. But yeah, the figure itself is really great looking. I didn't really want the half Batman, half Hush that GameStop put out. And to be honest, I'm not a huge fan of Hush, but he is one of those characters that I do enjoy in small doses. It's just the more they use him, the harder it is to get into him. So yeah, it was one that I had to get, and yes, I was really late in bringing this video, but you know, Raze gets backed up, and he always talks about how backed up he is, which makes it less, makes a lot less sense when Raze doesn't get out a Friday video when he's supposed to. We are working on that. Me, and all 5 of us in here in this head. 6 if you count the cane. But he's no help. But I'm going to go ahead and get out of here now, and I hope you have a great day. I promise that I am working on that video. The video is from the last convention I went. That the editing on that got a little bit more complicated than I initially intended, but I am going to power through it. So we're going to go ahead and get that as soon as possible. So I'm going to get out of here now. Click like on this video if you've enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments what you think of Tommy Elliot, the Hush stories. If you didn't mind when he first came out, if you were a longtime Batman fan and then they introduced Hush when they did. Do you understand where I was coming from? Where it was like, it's a bit late to be introducing new people from his past. Initially, you know, the more I thought about it, the more I'm like, of course it's okay. Because comic book time and real time are not the same thing. But at any rate, let me know in the comments what you think. And never forget that life is full of odd moments. You never know when you're going to be defined.